It's time to take 10 minutes for Torah with Rabbi Joel Finkelstein.
Welcome to our discussion for Parshat Va'era, Beyond Nature. Forgive me for the unconventional setting this time. I'd like to discuss the meaning of the 10 plagues for the Israelites opposed to for Pharaoh. For Pharaoh, the purpose of the 10 plagues is do Mitzrayim Keni Hashem. Egypt should know that God is God, that there's God who made the Nile, not Pharaoh. Pharaoh claimed on ESCT that he made the Nile. It's not true. Pharaoh should know, Egypt should know, God reigns over the three elements: the lower sphere, frogs, the lice, even the smallest things, the ground, the earth, sand, over the atmosphere, and various darkness, various hail, the weather, and also over the creatures. The animals, people, Pharaoh has no control. Moshe, Kodesh Baruch Hu, Holy One, blessed be, he has all the control in the world. However, we shouldn't think that that message, which was destined for Pharaoh, is a sufficient message for us. For us as Jews, we have to go beyond the notion just there is a God, theism, that there is a God. To know that there is a God. We have to go way beyond that. Now, it's true, pointed out in the past, that there was some praying that went on. Moshe prayed numerous times for Pharaoh to stop the plague. And that showed Pharaoh that there is an interaction with God. It's not just deism that there is a God, but you can pray to God, you can beseech God to do for you. But beyond that as well. You know that every morning in our prayers we say, we thank God for making light, darkness. Evening we thank him for stars and the moon. In the morning we thank him for the sun and everything that comes with it. And we allude to in the morning, the evening, in the morning. But in the morning we do something strange. In addition to mentioning or mentioning God creates light, we also talk about the angels. So what are the angels doing here? We're talking about the heavens, talking about the sun and the moon. That's talking about the angels. One answer is that for us as Jews, the notion of the heavens goes way beyond what you see in the sky. One Rebbe once told me, all the planets and all the galaxies and all that, that's just the first level. The actual heavens are way, way beyond all that. So, but at a spiritual level, it's not enough to know that there is a God, but there is Kedusha, Kadosh, Kadosh. There are angels that are way beyond anything you can see. As we say in the Psalm, man, you've always read. Sometimes you look to the hills, you think the hills are inspiring. You look to the hills. No, the psalmist says, no, our true help comes not from the hills, from beauty, from nature, from grandeur. Our true help comes from God, maker of heaven and earth. So as Jews, we want to go beyond nature. It's not enough to recognize God as creator. It also that he cares about our lives. We can pray to him. And also that there is Kedusha. There are angels. There's another sphere. And in fact, that's how the book of Shemot, the Exodus, which we're reading now, is structured. First, we speak about the notion that God controls the earth as we know it. As we said, the various realms, from the earth to the air, the atmosphere, to the animals and creatures and people that walk this earth. But the second thing is the Kedusha. We move on then to the middle half of the book that speaks about what our responsibility is in this world based on the Torah, the Ten Commandments. Then we go to an even further stage of really similar to the angels, go to the realm of the Kedusha, to the Holy of Holies, the sanctuary in Jerusalem, the sanctuary tabernacle that they would make in the desert. We go from that there is a God the notion of what does God want from us, to the notion that we can go much deeper, we can go higher, we can go to the realm not just of God's existence and our relationship with it, but to holiness and to experience the realm of the numinous, the mysterious. After all, you have the cherubs on the ark representing a world beyond our world, a world of Gan Eden, a world of angels, a world way beyond our own. So, as we look at the book of Exodus, when we look at the story of the plagues, we might think that our lesson is simply to learn that God controls everything. That's our lesson from the plagues. No, that's Pharaoh's lesson. Our lessons go beyond that to the next chapters. The idea of what are our responsibilities. Rabbi Soloveitchik pointed out that nature may be very inspiring. It doesn't tell you what to do. It's only when we get to the Ten Commandments and the Torah and the mitzvahs and the mishpatim, we find out how is a person to conduct themselves in this world. What does God want from us? What's the will of God? This is a different level. As Jews, we must live on all the levels. Let's recognize God's existence in this world. Let's recognize there's more to God than just that he exists, but we can have a relationship with him. We have to recognize that it's more to being inspired by God, by simply looking at the beauty of nature, but that we have to actually listen to the voice of God in the Torah and to hear what our responsibilities are. And ultimately, that there's a level beyond nature, a level that's connected to the mysterious, level that's connected to the heavens in a broader sense. And ultimately the world of angels, and ultimately the world of God himself. It's a lot more than meets the eye. It's a lot more than just the hills and nature. Nature is inspiring. We can go even beyond that. Let's not be like Pharaoh, who couldn't even see God at all. When he did finally, all he was able to say is, yes, there is a God. But you should go beyond that. If there is a God, what does that mean for me? What are the great levels of holiness that I can reach to reach some of the ultimate heavenly spheres? Thank you for joining us here at the Baron Hirsch Congregation for a discussion, Parsha on the holidays. Join us each week for those discussions. And thanks to Jason Lefkowitz, our producer. Thank you.
This has been 10 Minutes for Torah with Rabbi Joel Finkelstein.